What's up, cool crowd? I just watched the Cobra Kai season 6 and it is insane. Oh my god, I'm going crazy. Oh! Okay, episode 1, it opens up and then there's Devin Lee. Wowie zowie, the kids have grown up so much. It's so amazing to me. Like, ah! And then later, when they're at the arcade and then Robby sees Kenny and he goes in front of the little, like, the asteroid shooter, I forgot what it's called. Space Invaders, and he goes, okay, you got me, don't shoot. Oh my gosh, that was so crazy, because that's what Danny LaRusso says in Karate Kid, and I was freaking out. I'm stuttering a lot, but I'm still freaking out over it, because I love the show. Like, genuinely, like, I'm tweaking out. And then the fight at the college, like, that was so, like, good. Like, everything it's so put together, and, like, oh my gosh. And then, oh my god, sorry, my hand, like, moves a lot. Like, when I'm excited, I was, like, tweaking during the show, moving my hand around. Joey Valance and Bray playing, like, that's still such a shock to me. Like, I know they played during the Super Bowl, but that, like, I listened to them, like, 2 or 3 years ago, and they were, like, a lot less known. And I don't really listen to them now, but, like, still seeing them in popular stuff, like, oh, that was crazy. I just fixed my hair right now. I'm not showing my face, so my bangs aren't showing either. Kim being the granddaughter. Sorry, I'm like kind of reading off a thing because I wrote down like points as. Oh, my nose is itchy. I wrote down points as I was watching it on my phone, so then I copied it down to somewhere else so I can see it. But oh my, like Kim being the oh my god, Kim being the granddaughters. I don't know how I didn't put that together. Like that was. Oh, I was so shocked. And then, like, he choked his own granddaughter? Like, what? What? Why did... But, like, obviously I know why, because he's crazy. But that's insane to me. That's so... Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'm, like, freaking out over the show. But, Carmen's gender reveal, when it opened up and it showed, like, the little baby doll things that are with the karate gis and, like, That was so cute. The belts, I could not remember the word. The blue and pink ones, those are so cute. And then Johnny's a girl dad. I was literally calling it while watching. I was like, I hope it's a girl because they already have 2 boys, and him being like, girls are easy. I think both are pretty hard, but yeah. And oh my god, him being a girl dad, and then and then Danny LaRusso walking back in covered in pink. That was so funny to me personally. Sorry, I thought I heard something. That was so funny to me. It reminded me of the show 8 is Enough. Ralph Macchio is also on it, but he gets like covered in purple stuff. And I don't know, it reminded me of that because he was caked in pink in Cobra Kai. Oh my god, I love this show. And he says he's too old for this poo-poo, but he doesn't say poo-poo. Hashtag, that's inappropriate. Oh my gosh, he's covered in pink and stuff. And then after there's a slumber party, and the slumber party is so funny to me because Johnny keeps finding a way to word it, and it's Sam and Tory that go in there like, no, don't call it that. And it's so funny to me. And then he goes, heck yeah, I'm a girl dad now. I got cookies and tampons and everything. He was so proud of himself. Of like the way he said it, he was just so proud of himself. The sleep mask and the pillow fight, like I think it'd be so funny if Johnny had to do it like that. Like with the slow pan, how they did it with the girls when they're sitting down, and if he was in that, that'd be so funny to me personally. And then like the phone thing after, like that's so great. Like what's wrong with him? Why did he think that would work? And then the Tory and Sam come over and they're like, why do you have their phones? Why did you try this? I'm leaving. And he's like, I can't believe that didn't work. To Devin, like, I can believe that didn't work. When they pulled out the box from Miyagi-Do's thing, I was like, no, writers, do not put Miyagi-Do slander in, please. Oh my gosh, like I'd lose my mind if they tried to like destroy his legacy after he's like gone. Or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, please understand. Oh my gosh, I was going crazy. And then I forgot actually. I feel like really bad for Daniel LaRusso though, because like his like image of Mr. Miyagi getting like ruined. Like, baby, no, it's okay. Like, he knows like he's not perfect, obviously, but he's still like, what the sigma? That's my what the sigma? Like that's my hero. That's how I look up to. And then like finding out he did something that he considers really bad and super out of character. Like, oh, I feel so bad. Also, I forgot to bring this up before, but when Tory and Sam were leaving to call an Uber to leave from the sleepover, and they were starting to argue, I was like, no, because I was hoping that the writers did not put them like arguing or being mean to each other in the last thing. Like no, bro, that would feel so forced. And they're just like, they're just girls. Let them be happy, please. And then they were happy. Like they hugged and they got it out, and I was like, oh, like we are so back with that. This is such a good written show, man. Like the writers like sometimes fight me, but like it's so good. Like, and by fight me I mean like making Robby have like a bad life, like when they write sad moments, but like, oh, it's so good. In the fight at Kim's, that was so good with the oh my gosh, I have to burp. The guy taking the embroidery pin off and then like doing the flip thing, like that was insane to me. I was like, oh my god, like I literally jumped. It was so good. And then Kreese coming back for Tory and like trying to talk to her, like that was insane to me. Like I hated seeing that. That was so good. I hate it. Oh my god. And now we're on the part where it's talking about the Sekai Taikai through that like video thing. That was crazy to me. Oh my gosh. It's in Spain and then it's in Barcelona. Like that's La Velada. If you don't know what that is, that's like a boxing event that happens. It happened in Spain this year, and I haven't heard much about it for much other years. I knew about it last year because one of my friends was talking about it to me, but it happened in Spain this year, and in Barcelona specifically. Like, but that's crazy, bro. Like, and then like, oh, the divisions. I personally thought it should have been Robby, Miguel, and Hawk, because I thought it was supposed to be 3 boys, 3 girls, because it's 6 people in the division, and that would be equal. But knowing differently, I would have chosen other people, but knowing this, I would have chose Hawk, Miguel, Robby for the boys division, and then Sam, Tory, and Devin for the girls at the time, until I realized what happened later. But that was so crazy to me. I'm so excited. Okay, at the school scene, that's crazy. Hawk's new mohawk. He's killing it with that one. It looks hecka good. Also, I noticed Dimitri has like that backpack seatbelt. He's silly, okay? He's just a little silly. And I wrote in my notes, if a binary brothers goes wrong, I'm gonna lose it. But a couple months, not a month, like last week, I saw a video, and it was a Cobra Kai, cast doing like an interview, and they spoiled it saying that binary bros is gonna go like wrong, or they're gonna go bad, and I'm gonna lose my mind. Like I remember commenting being like, I'm gonna lose my mind if that goes bad, because like, no, stop. Okay, it's like a lot to go over in my notes now that I'm looking at it, so I'm just gonna go over like oh my gosh, okay, ignore my light, the important stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix it. Like, I was literally like in my notes and in my head the entire time being like, oh my god, Devin needs this, Devin deserves this, Devin deserves this, Devin please. And then she made it in, and I'm like, I'm so proud of her. And then it turns out she drugged, I feel like drugged is a strong word, but basically she drugged what's his name, Kenny? Like, what? And then when I found out Kenny joined Miyagi-Do, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like, oh, I started jumping and stuff. But she drugged it? What the heck? That's actually so, like... And then I was like, okay, he doesn't deserve it. And, oh my god, Dimitri, like, arguing with Hawk, that, like, broke me. That was, oh my god. That was awful. I actually really hated that. And then he betrayed Hawk. Hawk put his hand out to help him, and he kicked him. I have not really liked Dimitri since the beginning. I actually hated Dimitri in, like, the first, like, 2 to 3 seasons. And then 4, I was like, he's okay, I guess. I didn't, like, outwardly like him. But now he, like, oh, I still hate him. I hate him so much, actually. I hate him so much. Awful character. Awful. Okay. Mike Barnes, like, his notebook was just scribbles. Like, I'm looking at, like, that was just scribbles. I don't know if I need to, like, watch it back, but that was just scribbles. And then both senseis were getting, like, aggressive with him because when their kid that they wanted to make didn't make it, they were like, look, and they're being aggressive, and Mike was like, stop. But he was being aggressive too. Oh, I forgot. I've never really liked Anthony, like, his character. Like, I've always just been like, ugh. Like especially in the beginning, and then when he joined and he just hired people, like, ugh. And then he bullies Kenny, like, ugh. I guess now he's okay, but I still don't like him. But then he, like, oh, but I remember now, when he got the bloody nose, and then Danny LaRusso calls him Aunt, like, oh, I'm such a sucker for, like, found family, or they're not found, they're biological, but when they give, like, nicknames, like, oh my god, I'm tweaking, man, I'm tweaking. I feel like I've said this in, like, a million different ways, but, like, Hawk really deserved to get in there, like, so much more than Devin and Dimitri. Like, oh, like the way I'm wording it now, but still, like, I keep looking back at the text and realizing, like, where I was, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, Hawk deserved so much more. Okay, so here's when I had, like, one more episode to go, and I find this really funny because because in, like, my notes, you can see me going, oh, Tori's mom's getting better, smiley face, so what? Because, like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her. Like, she deserved so much better. Like, oh, I feel so bad. Like, she genuinely does. And then, like, finding out, like, I'm pretty sure they're implying, like, domestic abuse and stuff. Like, that's awful. And then, like, oh my goodness. And then, oh my gosh, I completely forgot. And then like, I thought when her mom's hand was in a fist when she, like, dies, I thought that meant that John Kreese, like, visited her and tried to fight her and then killed her or something. I think I'm wrong. Or I think. I hope, actually. I really hope. Like, the writers are so good, but they're actually evil for doing this. And, like, oh my gosh. She deserves so much better. Her life was going so good for once, and then Kreese shows up, and then her mom dies. Like, what? When they addressed the Robby always getting second place thing, like, that also made me really sad. Like, he deserves more, but it's, you know, like, I don't know. But what I do really want them to address is at prom, when they fight, and then Miguel's putting Johnny to bed after Johnny gets, like, drunk and stuff, taking care of him, and then Johnny's like, I know I really do a bad job of it, but I want to be your dad and be there for you, and I'm sorry, I'm just so bad at it, but I really want to be there for you and stuff. And then Miguel's like, I love you. And then Johnny's like, I love you too, Robby. What? I think about that a lot. Like, that's, and then, like, Miguel's messed up for a couple days, and, like, I feel like they resolved it kinda, but I feel like it needs more, like, addressing, because that's crazy to me. Like, I'd be heartbroken. Like, that's awful. Like, poor Miguel, he deserves better. And then at the fight, it was like Miguel and Robby both need this, like, bad. And, like, oh, I felt so bad. Like, they both needed this, and I don't even remember who wins now. I know it's in my notes, and I just kind of don't want to check. I do remember Johnny being like, this is, I guess it just wasn't your day. Oh, I do remember, actually. It was, what's his name? Robby won, because I remember Johnny putting on the headband for him, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, yeah, Larusso's, them putting on the headband, like, oh, that's cute. But, like, Johnny and Robby have, like, been through it together and, like, for each other, because Johnny, not a good father. But, like, they've been through it, so it's like, oh my gosh, when they did. But poor Miguel, because they both needed that bad. And then Tory still shows up, and it's like, oh, there goes my light. And it's like, I feel so bad. And then Amanda getting the call and explaining to Danny LaRusso, and then he stops the fight. Like, that came in clutch when she stopped the punch, because you saw, what's her face? Sam. And Payton List is such a good actor. Payton is such a good actor. She was in Diary of the Wimpy Kid and like every Disney show. Like she raised me, bruh. And then this, like, I'm heartbroken because of this scene. Like, I low-key forgot this was a show. Like, I was like tweaking, like, no. And then I was like, oh, but she's such a good actor. And then Johnny Lawrence like tweaking out. I'm like, why is he tweaking out? And then I thought for like more than 2 seconds, and I realized his mom's dead, and he was like, if I just had those 3 rounds, I wouldn't have ended up like this. That's all I needed. This is helping her. This is gonna help her. And then Daniel LaRusso being like, no. Which neither of them are in the right or the wrong. But like, I don't know. It was also kind of annoying when he was like, this is the Miyagi way. Not Mr. Miyagi slander. This is Danny LaRusso slander. Her mom just died. And then when Tori yelled and she was like, because my mom died. Like, that was heartbreaking. And then, like, all 4 of them deserved a spot. And I feel so bad Tori didn't get it. At the Sekai Taikai, when they were there and they saw Tori on the other side, like, I could not imagine how they all felt. Like, especially Robby, Miguel, and the 2 senseis, and Sam, like, oh my gosh, that's awful. And then, like, oh, this is so sick and twisted. The writers are working overtime for this. Cobra Kai is just such a good show, to be honest. It's so good. And yeah, it's so good. And I cannot believe this is the last season. Like, I know it's gonna end in 2025, but don't. I'm not waiting till the 15th to get a new episode, or new episodes, plural. I mean, I am, but I'm not gonna like it. Well, I don't know. It's so good. And then the actors have grown so much. Like, if you look at them now versus the beginning, especially Kenny. Like, I was watching a live stream of him reacting to bloopers from, I think, season 4. And, like, he's changed so much. Like, that's insane to me. And he was like, yeah, that was in 2021. And he has, like, a deep voice, too. So I'm like, whoa, you're not Kenny from Cobra Kai. And then Alice, I think that's his name. It might not be, sorry. But he's just changed so much. And then he said that was in 2021. And, like, that's crazy to me because that feels like last year. But, yeah, that's insane. They've grown so much, and you can see it in the seasons. Like, are you guys really playing people who are about to go to college? I guess, but that's so crazy to me. This is such a good show. Okay, thank you, cool kids. Bye, like and subscribe. Bye.